women say men aren't needed, then lose it when Andrew Wilson explains why they are. By Truth E Frame. Truth? I thought it was Truth E Fame, but Truth and Fame, but it's Truth E and Frame. What?
There's a very specific pattern that shows up every single time this question is asked.
For
Do we need
apocalypse,
men?
what the hell is that?
Notice how fast the conversation collapses from a simple yes or no into emotions, accusations, straw men, and moral panic. What you're about to see isn't confidence. It's confusion pretending to be empowerment. And what really exposes it is how calmly the men keep asking basic questions, while the women progressively melt down under the weight of their own implications. Let's watch.
I do want an answer at least to the original question. Do you think we need men?
No.
Still? Okay, well, okay.
I mean, I still feel the same. Like,
Oh,
Just short
discuss
answers if you
sequence.
can.
okay, then let's just.
Karen behavior, Karen pattern, Karen
Go
appearance.
with no for yes for the larger. I don't know. I really don't. I feel
Okay.
confused about this.
I think every
Okay, it's a Karen development, but it is a Karen.
person should be valued equally, so yes.
It's not in her final
I
form
don't
yet.
think we need men, but I want them around for, I want everyone around who wants to be around. But do I have a desire to build a car? I don't have personally that desire. However, if I was put in a situation where I had no choice, I feel 100% confident I could learn and figure it out on my own.
So the answer is you don't
My answer is I don't need them,
we
but I'd
need-
like to live in a world with diversity, and I'd like people that are different than me to exist and learn from them. But I don't need
Oh,
them to
I
survive.
like to
See,
live in a
this is
world
peak
filled
modern
with
arrogance.
diversity.
She's answering a
Yes.
civilizational question with personal confidence. No one person can create or maintain all the tools, knowledge, and infrastructure that make survival possible. Civilization depends on countless people working together over generations. Claiming, I don't need men to survive, ignores reality entirely.
I
She's
don't
standing
need
on a
men.
finished civilization
Uh-uh,
and declaring
I
independence
don't.
from it. Like standing on top of a skyscraper saying, I don't need the foundation. That's exactly what privilege looks like when it goes unnoticed.
Okay. Do you need? That's
Yes.
interesting,
Make men great again, though.
but okay. Do you think we need men?
Yeah, I think they serve some purposes.
Yes, we need men.
They serve some. It's interesting. Like I would just immediately say yes, we need women.
But we're stupid.
No, I.
Can't do what you can
That's a
do.
straw
Their
man.
brains are breaking.
That's a
No, I
solid
do
straw
think
man
we
argument.
need men,
Never
though.
said
That's
that.
what I mean. Like, it's hard for me
This is
because
so
in my
stupid.
personal life, I know that you're talking about.
You can even ask me like if I like women, if I think women are great. My immediate
need
answer
them?
is yes.
Yeah.
But for
No,
women,
you're right,
it's
though.
But the way you guys talk,
Sure,
it's like
there's
women
some
are
bad-
great to
there's-
make me a sandwich. Like
that's
it's just,
not even what again
He's
another straw man.
nodding.
This right here is one of the most damaging lies feminism ever sold to women. When she throws out that women are just here to make sandwiches, it only works as an insult if you already see cooking, nurturing, and keeping a home as something that makes a woman less human, less intelligent, or less valuable. That didn't come from men. Men didn't look at women and say, you're beneath us because you cook. Feminism did that. It told women that anything feminine, cooking, nurturing, caretaking, supporting a family, is demeaning.
And that's great. You know what's more crazy? Like, feminism, like, preaches, like, for women to be strong and independent. But woman, in fact, by our own nature, we don't want to be independent. And when we do choices for select men to be partners, one of the things that we pay attention for is that this man, like, decides things by his own, like, he actually takes action and will choose things for me. I don't like to choose. Like, women usually don't like to choose when you're in a relationship. We expect men to decide things instead of us, you know? That's crazy because it goes totally against feminism. So you see, you realize how unnatural, how feminist it goes against the natural law, you know? That's so freaking crazy.
If your value isn't validated by corporations, degrees, or some male-coded status symbol, then suddenly it doesn't
Feminism
count.
is really 100%
So now when men speak
terrorist.
positively about women in traditional roles, they don't hear appreciation, they hear insult. They've been conditioned. And what's really sad is that these roles used to be respected. They used to be honored. Women were valued because they held families and entire communities together. Now they've been taught to resent the very things that once gave them meaning. So when she throws out, "Make me a sandwich," like it's a punchline, all I hear is someone repeating an ideology that taught her to despise femininity and to mistake that self-contempt for progress.
It's giving
another
like
strong man.
Andrew
They are
Tate,
great for
Harrison
making
Butker.
sandwiches. What's wrong with that?
I can make a mean sandwich. You know what I'm
So
saying?
then what's the problem?
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. It's just crazy.
Wait, Brian,
right.
what do you think? What do you think?
About what?
Well, what you were just saying, you're like, no one asked me, like, what's great about women? Do we need women? Like, do men need women?
Well, if you just asked me the question, do we need women? Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Do we need?
But
like,
why?
but you guys are like, no, don't need men.
To procreate.
Hey, I didn't. I said we need men.
Is that the only reason you can think
you
of
mean
if that's all we're good for?
You mean the highest?
Did I say that? Do you know what a
You
straw man
didn't
is?
say that,
Do you know what a
but
straw
that
man
is what you're applying.
Do you know what a straw man is?
If we're not good enough to do anything else that a man can do.
And here it is again. Same pattern, same reflex. Earlier it was make me
Same
a sandwich.
faces.
Now
Same
it's
faces.
reproduction. The moment a natural role even comes up, it's instantly heard as demeaning. Nobody said women are only good for reproduction. Nobody reduced women to baby makers. That interpretation happens
And these girls
internally.
will birth cereal.
exactly what I
Oh
was
my
talking about
god,
earlier.
man, it's so good.
Feminism trained women to hear necessity as humiliation. So now, even being needed in a fundamental way gets processed as an insult. The demeaning part isn't coming from the men. It's coming from the lens they've been taught to see themselves through.
Right? If we can't, if we
Okay.
can't do anything that a man can do, all we're here for is to be
Didn't
a
say
baby
that.
maker for you.
Didn't even say that.
But we
What
have
you guys
such
are
power.
implying.
Why
We
do you
have
think
such
we need
powers they
women
don't
personally?
have,
Like,
and
what's your
they know
what do you
that.
need to survive with women besides?
Well, here's the thing. I
ability to
mean, my
reproduce?
position. Procreation.
Right,
Certainly.
but that aside, 'cause you
To
told me that it
survive,
wasn't part of my
to
argument,
propagate.
procreation,
Is it
so.
wrong for me to want to propagate the species? Hello?
No, that's why I said I
but-
need men
but
for
for
sperm donor. But if we're
survival,
taking
for-
if we're taking reproductive out of it, just like if a society could function without women, do you think you need women to function as a society?
Yes, and I'll give you.
why? What do
yes,
women
I'll give you an
contribute in your eyes?
explanation. Because I think that
They never denied that. They tried to create a war that doesn't exist. In men's brains, only exists in their sickle feminist brains.
boys and girls both need their mother, and that there's an ontology which exists for women, their state of being, the feminine, and the masculine are both required to formulate good human beings.
That's
I do not believe that you are going to have a society of good human beings unless you have the masculine and the feminine. I don't believe it. Right? So that's why I think you need both. And I think that the further you get away from the idea of the feminine in women and the masculine in men, the more fucked up people seem to get. So that's why I think we need women absent reproduction. But to answer to your reproduction argument, if all it was reproduction, and that was the highest value of women, what the fuck would be wrong with that?
Being
That's
a
an
mother and a
amazing.
caretaker not hand in hand with reproduction.
Well,
It's not only reproduction. Also, it's not only for like be a work machine that is man. I mean, this is all main functions that both genders have, but it's not the only one. Like, having a kid is one part for women, but we need to ensure that the kids will be well nurtured and will be raised well. That the house will be very like how I'm supposed to say this, will be very good for the man. I don't know how to explain that in words. Where are my words back? Okay, you guys understood.
well, no.
All the things that I always
You can be a
mention here.
caretaker, not reproduce at all. What are you talking
You
about?
said boys and girls need their mothers.
I got to move.
Yeah,
on.
but I'm sorry.
Brian,
Can
go
you
ahead.
can you adopt?
Yeah, sure.
So,
you can
Annie, would
adopt.
you
Is
be
everyone gonna
would you
adopt?
be a
Is that-
mother?
Yeah, I also think that women should be homeschooling their kids. I believe that. I would do that.
Notice something important here. Andrew
If I
actually
could,
answers
obviously.
them. Calmly, thoughtfully, even removes reproduction from the equation. And it still doesn't land. That tells you everything. The issue was never a lack of explanation. It's that this kind of value doesn't flatter the modern ego. Value that's relational, necessary, and oriented toward family and the next generation will always feel insulting to people trained to measure worth through status and self-expression. So no matter how clearly you explain it, they'll keep arguing because the framework can't process it.
Well, you asked if they're necessary conditions to each other. They're not. You can be a caretaker for children and not have reproduce those children.
sure.
So if that is true, you still need the masculine and the feminine. I think
Bragging about having these conservative influences on her show. But them bitches about Harrison Butker, who you couldn't get, and making sandwiches, Tucker and Riley would both completely disagree, by the way. I'm not sure if I understood what Sharon is
I
saying.
think that that's a requirement. But I still think also, to address your argument of reproduction, do you think I'm just a baby factory? That's like the highest value that men have for women and that women usually have for other women. It's gone away in society, but it used to be glorified motherhood. Matrons in society who gave birth used to be glorified, not looked at as by other women as, sweetheart, you really could have been a scientist. So hey, let me ask you this. If our smartest women, if you want to waste them in factories, and you want to waste them in cubicles, and you want to waste them working, why wouldn't you want the smartest women in society to be having children
Why can't they do
who
both?
are really fucking smart?
Exactly.
Why
women
can't
are
they do
so
both?
Because I'll tell you why. Because in order to hit this status, the elite status for women, they have to go to college. In order to do that, they waste the entirety of their 20s. They're not getting married till 30, so they have one fucking kid, if they have any. That's why you have a reproduction crisis. So if they're not starting early, they're not having very many children. So it's, as we have run this experiment, here's what we found. They're not having them.
This is where slogans crash into reality. Why can't they do both? Sounds empowering, until you actually look at the outcomes. Because this isn't just about careers and reproduction.
Because who could imagine that studying so much and working like the whole, many hours a day, the whole week wouldn't give you time to think about kids and to raise kids, huh? Who could imagine that? Who could imagine also that women competing with men for a job on the job market would make like men's monthly income reduces so much that it's becoming more and more impossible and inviable for men alone to sustain one home. And now it's not like if women could or not work, like they have the right or not to work. Like we now have to work because a man alone cannot sustain a home anymore. So you need to help him out. And because you're helping him out and he's working his ass too, you cannot think, you both cannot think about having kids, about having children, about building a family, whole family, you know? And even you two both working your asses off to make money, you still will not have a home most of the
It's
time.
about kids. We ran this experiment. We told women they could outsource motherhood, chase careers, and still raise well-adjusted children. And the results are everywhere. Kids raised by daycares, preschools, screens, and strangers. Parents exhausted. Homes fragmented. You can't just abstract this away. Children don't need vibes and good intentions. They need time, presence, stability, especially in their early years. So when people say, why can't they do both? What they really mean is, why won't anyone acknowledge the trade-offs? Because someone always pays, and it's usually the kids.
Yeah.
So no, they can't do both because you can only draw attention.
both?
You can only draw attention so far, right? You're not the look. No offense.
Yeah.
You're not a fucking top level scientist. You're a porn star. Yes, you can do both, but when you're talking about the best and the
Do you
brightest,
think I hold any value as a
you
porn
think the
star?
best. What I'm saying is that the
Another woman?
best and brightest inside of
No, there is no value in a porn star. Of course not.
society who are females. Yes, I want them reproducing the best and brightest children.
Do you think just because I'm a porn star I can't do other things?
I think we only can produce some value when like it's not even I'm just because I'm judging it as a rotten thing to do. It's just I believe I might be wrong though, okay? But this is just what I believe, that you can only produce some value when you actually goes further than the actual like these animal instincts and behaviors. When you actually needs to put some intellectual effort on that, and some like actually mental energy, but it's not like that. It's just like, not inspiration is not the word as well. I cannot remember now. Damn, what's going on with me today?
Things.
I know. There are girls
What
on
does that have to do with anything that I just said?
You just said, no offense, you're a porn star.
Yeah, so?
Does that mean I'm not, I don't have the brains?
I'm not, okay, so I'm just gonna be totally, I'm gonna be
So if you do not generate any value to society and to generate value, I mean, you produce something that will aggregate literally to benefit of the others, will actually bring joy to their soul or things like that. It doesn't need to be something that deep, but it cannot be something so shallow and superficial like porn, like sex and porn, like this very animalistic stuff that it's really in the very first layer of the pyramid of Maslow or something.
be totally honest with you.
That was what he
I really, really, really do not associate I do porn with high IQ. Not gonna lie.
And that's
Well,
your
it happens.
personal wrong
That's
opinion. That's
short-sighted.
fine.
I really
I
don't
graduated
associate
Dean's
the
List
two.
and honor
That's
roll.
the
So that's
society's boxes that are in your head. It's sad.
Yeah,
That's your own personal prejudice against
It's
women
sad,
who
dude.
embrace themselves.
No, what does that
And
have to do
that's
with women?
Perfectly fine.
What is that? I said
What
porn
about
star.
Melania Trump?
Hang
She's
on, hang
shown
on.
her
Did I
whole
say
body.
women
She's a
or did I say
genius.
corn star?
Am I not a woman?
And
porn
are
star?
men not corn stars?
Yeah.
Okay, then what is that? I said that I don't associate high IQ with corn stars. You said, oh, so
Look at my mouse pointer.
you don't like women corn stars? You think they have low
You
IQ?
guys can
I think
generalize
all
and
corn
shit, but we
stars.
can't.
I think all corn stars, male and female,
Okay.
I would associate with
Aren't
having low
smart.
IQs.
This really isn't complicated. It shouldn't even be controversial. High IQ individuals tend to prioritize delayed gratification, long-term reputation, and legacy. Porn is built on immediate validation, short-term gain, and public sexual exposure. That correlation is just reality. Andrew didn't make a personal attack. He made a general association between behavior and outcomes. And notice what happens immediately. It gets personalized. Because when identity is all you have, every category feels like an attack on you. So instead of addressing the claim, it turns into, you hate women, even though he explicitly included men.
I would associate narcissistic bigots with having low IQs, personally.
Same.
So then you should stop being a narcissistic bigot.
That's not me.
Oh my! I was
Are you
about to
sure?
say that. Oh
I
my
don't
God!
know. You
Based,
seem you've
based.
gone
I
out
know,
of
your
way.
audience is kind of biased, so we definitely can't ask them. But I'm pretty sure if we asked the majority of everyone else, they would probably agree.
That I'm narcissistic for giving you facts.
I was about to
that
say
you're
that,
narcissistic
Greg.
for sitting here trying to tear people down
my
and gaslight
God.
them into
What did I gaslight you into?
fumbling and fucking up their answer to hope you get the reaction you want out of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were super high IQ. Shouldn't people not be able to do that to your super high IQ self?
You're not.
Oh, I don't know. You've been fumbling the entire night.
I really haven't.
You really have. You literally told the entire audience that a person stealing a Snickers bar potentially could have the same trauma as an SA victim. And you think you
I
haven't
did
fumbled?
not say the
You
same trauma.
did.
I said
You better
I
rewind the
cannot
tape.
perceive how that person, how that trauma affects that person.
know.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move it on.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move it on. Let's move it on. All right.
She calls it gaslighting, but let's be real. All that means is, you're making me uncomfortable by forcing me to think clearly. Gaslighting isn't asking questions. Manipulation isn't pointing out contradictions. What's really happening is her self-image can't survive logical pressure, so she reframes accountability as abuse. This debate proves one thing. These women don't actually believe men aren't needed. They just hate what that implies. Admitting men are necessary means admitting hierarchy, complementarity, dependence, limits. Andrew didn't attack anyone. He forced clarity. And clarity is unbearable when your identity is built on feelings instead of truth.
It's exactly what I say. It is exactly what I usually say. Like, you can have all the truths in the world. You can have, like, a truth nug in front of their faces. And they will keep stealing to their feelings instead of reality. They just don't care. They don't want to listen. And that's why we shouldn't be losing our time dealing with these people and trying to convince these people. In fact, I know. They are not actually trying to convince this woman here about what they think. They are not. First, they might not even be there anymore at this point because of trying to convince someone. But maybe they are. But if they are not trying to convince them. They are having these debates, trying to convince people who are watching them. Who are watching these debates, you know? These are the ones they try to convince. They are lost cause, all of them. They're so lost already. I don't believe any of them will change. Ever, you know? They're lost. The possibility exists, but I would say it's 1%, 2%. Okay? That's it. Homeschooling makes so much more sense schedule-wise. 2 hours of homeschool work gets more learning done than 8 hours. Yeah, I know that, Greg. That's true. That's really true. It's way more like so much more worth, and like the knowledge that you have also is of more quality, so it sticks easier than you actually having 8 hours at school and don't remember a thing later. You probably will remember easily. Because there's also more emotional connection, you know. You are in more relaxed and comfortable place, and all of this stuff. All that matters. The environment matters as well. Home, it needs to come back to private schools, let alone public. Less hours for school and better education overall. Corn stars are all members of Mensa. I don't know what it is. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows this. It's literally a lifestyle based around a single interaction discarded. It's like plastic straws. Oh my god. Single use and throw away. Damn. That's strong. Stan made a song about this on their second album, Corn Destroys Societies. That's why it's free, but no one looks up who runs it. Yeah. The most depraved corn comes from Germany, Italy, and Japan. I wonder what they have in common. What they have in common? I don't know. I have no idea what these have in common. Get replaced by AI, thought. How I read thought, like it's thought or thought, like the last T mute. I don't know. I recommend chat to listen to or read the lyrics to open your eyes. Chase the mouse, yeah. Lo, that's what I was thinking. And most of you don't give a none that your daughters are cornwall stars and your sons sell death to kids. Yeah. Jeez, I love Andrew. And they probably end up getting a STD. They are still punishing and destroying and humiliating us. Let's kick Italy out of Axis retrospectively. They stupid. Well, if they have a son and daughter, it's both. She proved these points, and all he had to do was let her speak. Exactly. The easiest thing you have to do with this person to let themselves let themselves prove themselves wrong to everyone is just open the mic and let them talk. Just let them talk. Just ask some basic questions and let them the answer. They will be already vilify themselves with that. Like it's crazy. Nah, just gotta help Italy out a bit more next time. Don't forget spending every day protesting at Israel. That girl in the pink in the left-hand side of the screen looks like she's staring at the others like they are crazy. We are not talking about DD Piker orbiters. Fashy no good, must be made. Net sock in what is, I don't know. I suppose I should be said ice program switch. Mensa, society of top 2% most intelligent people. Really? I had no idea. Top 2% most intelligent people. It has to do with the 2% thing that you guys said before. I forgot. I forgot how that works. I'm sorry. No need to read my whole name. Everybody online just calls me Draw. Okay, I'll just call you Draw. It's way a lot easier. Yes, for now you're just Draw, okay? And soft that beginning, hard to at the end. Did you say talk like that whole over there? Oh yeah. Mizuki reads her plugin chat instead of kick chat, so she can't see people replying to each other and get context. Oh, I'm losing all of that on this chat? Oh my god. But I mean, it's complicated because if I look to kick website on the dashboard or whatever, I cannot see OBS. I cannot see both. Come on, I just have 2 screens. I only have 2 screens. It's difficult. Will I need to get a third one? I thought I was good already with 2. Oh my god, I will need a third one just to look at the kick chat? Damn. We must reformat ourselves. It was making fun of Corey Stories and Mensa. We're having fun in chat. I hope you're having fun as well. I am. Of course I am. I'm having a lot of fun since I start streaming because I can interact with you guys real time. I have a lot of fun. That was the cutest way to say Thoth I ever heard. I don't know. I just try to pronounce the way I can. But I didn't know that this was an abbreviation for that hole over there. I didn't know it was an abbreviation. I will probably forget about it again. Oh god, I wish my brain use it to work like a normal human brain, but yeah. My ADD is really my enemy. That thought is lacking though, but I think they are true when you question their thinking. Okay, I read all, I guess. I guess because I'm not aware of what you guys are saying on Kick. It's amazing that you guys, that our viewers have more information than me, that our streamer. Like on last stream, I didn't even know how many people were watching. You guys know that. And and you guys see more stuff in chat than me. So you guys have way more information than me. And when I didn't have the alerts, you guys knew who was donating and I wasn't. Isn't that funny? Usually it's the contrary, but yeah. Chat knows all. Fox Links knows all, yeah. He's definitely online. Is tackled towards the house. Don't correct her king. It's too cute. Yeah. We are omnipotent. You get used to it. Oh, that's nice. Thank you everyone. We are here yet. We are not. Yeah, you guys are. Yes. Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, for the incredible support to my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-Tail Fox tier member, Brian, and my 3-Tail Fox tier members, Wolony Wolf, Fenny Sylvy, Heath Rowell, Zalost, Zaela Zhezzaia, Tayashi, SuccubusBait, Mr. In or Eaton, and Nugguccino. Thank you very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone who donated to me through Tron and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. And that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ja, mata ne!